Play Jovial Joe.
You know, that's the song where I always tell you what would sound good is if, well, I'm going. There was an instrument going bum ba da da dum ba da da dum ba da da dum.
I love this. I love it when you remind me of the stuff you tell me. I love that because I appreciate that.
I don't remember when the last time is we played Jovial Joe. Maybe you should say your piece first.
Okay.
Greetings.
But Instagram. I gotta start Instagram. Welcome to the Kitchen Show.
Instagram.
I'm gonna start Instagram. Okay, then I'll say the spiel. I'll say welcome to the Kitchen Show. We got a microphone for TikTok. Look, we are audible.
Or I'll wait. Should I wait to play Jovial Joe for you?
Well, I'm just setting up TikTok. We can't really do all this at the very same time.
Here's Jovial Joe.
Welcome to the Kitchen Show. Craig Ventresco and I play a discrete set of music here in our kitchen in San Francisco every day. And we live stream it onto Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now TikTok. We've been doing this for 5 years and so on and so forth. Craig Ventresco and I play at 8 p.m. every day except Fridays and Sundays. That's 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time -7 is our time zone. Here in San Francisco, as we're in Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Craig Ventresco and I play songs from the 1890s through the 1930s. Right on. We're gonna do. Wanting my foxtrot girl. Let's see if I can sing. There we go. Hi, Pony. Last time I saw them in the store, they came in a box and there was no prize. Seriously, WTH, no prize. Yeah. The monkey chased the weasel. Thank you for your comment. Go where you want today. Go where you want today. Cafe or cabaret. All you hear is foxtrot. Each person nowadays must have the dancing craze. One and all. They have a slide trombone, trombone and saxophone. That's where you'll find them dancing, dancing, prancing, prancing. High foxtrot girl, let's toddle. My foxtrot girl, come walk when those cellos play. Then I hear you say, dance me away. I love a jazz band, love a brass band, sweet butterfly. I love you, don't flutter by. In another world, when we twirly whirl, love me, lovely foxtrot girl. My foxtrot girl, come waddle. My foxtrot girl, let's toddle. Play. Then I hear you say, dance me away. I love a jazz band, love a brass band, sweet butterfly. I love you, don't flutter by. For I am in another world. When I whirly whirl, love me, lovely foxtrot girl. Of wedded bliss while we can dance to this fascinating foxtrot. Grandpa and Ma forget their stately minuet when they go, where music fills the air and dancers everywhere dance with emotion like the ocean. My foxtrot girl, let's toddle. My foxtrot girl, come waddle. I hear you play, then I hear you say, dance me away. I love a foxtrot, love a jazz band, sweet butterfly. I love you, don't flutter by. For I am in another world, when we twirly whirl. Love me, lovely foxtrot girl. Thanks for your comment on YouTube. Craig got dynamics. Yes, that's why they call him a dynamo. A dynamo. He's getting around that guitar. America's favorite kitchen couple. That should be our
It couldn't
tagline.
be the favorite. There must be more favorite kitchen couples. Like,
We could be America's 11th favorite kitchen couple. We'll accept that.
America's 1100 and 1000th favorite, well, in our category.
He's been called worse. I'm just reading comments from YouTube.
have chairs for you. We figured you didn't have chairs.
Okay.
Oh no, I knew you had.
Hi.
We got tied up.
Oh, don't
It's all
worry about
good.
it. I'm glad you came over.
It's all good.
That was.
I'm gonna get you.
you.
That's all. I'm gonna get you. Alright, let's see. What God was that beautiful? Thank you, MJ Link.
Thanks
can't
for
read.
listening.
We have to be so far away from the camera because we have to be vertical. So I meant the phone screen, so we can't. So your comments, we love that you're commenting, and it's like we're trying to read it, but we appreciate it a lot.
Good to see you.
Come over.
Stood at my window as the sun was going down. Stood at my window as the sun was going down. I believed to my soul I was on my last go-round. Knelt by my bedside, prayed all night long. Knelt by my bedside, prayed all night long. I asked the Lord, show my good man right from wrong. The women cried murder. I raised my hand. The women cried murder. And I raised my hand. They're trying to get me in trouble so they can take my man. I'm leaving town, baby, as the sun goes down. I'm leaving town, baby, as the sun goes down. 'Cause my good man has quit me, talks all over town. Number 16's at the station, 17 standing in the yard. 16's at the station, 17's in the yard. Can't understand the train if I have to ride the rod. Stood at my window as the sun was going down. Stood at my window as the sun was going down. I believed to my soul I was on my last go-round.
Hi, Anna. So good to see you.
It's great to see you guys.
We have guests in our kitchen tonight. I'm glad you're here. Let us know if we can play anything.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe we could tune our guitars for you as a special treat. We could
Encourage
play
your
in tune.
viewer.
Maybe that would be a good idea.
I thought that was a comment, but it was a message from TikTok. I started reading it out loud. It says, encourage your viewers.
We are encouraging you guys to, what are we supposed to encourage?
Probably be on TikTok more.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. Maybe I'll try that later.
What's the tuner?
Thanks, you guys, for tuning in.
We're tuning the guitars, so you. I don't know. Meredith, what was the title? That's Gooseby Blues. Yeah, Robert Bernstein is correct.
Messing around. One of the good old good ones.
That was called Messing Around. Someone on YouTube asked, do you accept the trade? We don't know what trade is proposed, so we cannot accept. But
A
Just let
weird
us know.
question.
well, to be fair, we are only intermittently able to read the comments.
That's true. The devil snatched your dreams. Oh, getting some heavy comments.
Heavy comments on YouTube there. The devil snatched your dreams. The title?
Could be. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, we gotta write that
If
one.
it isn't, we'll write it. It'll be on the next show.
Nobody's hard to get, who can't be gotten yet, so just listen, each lovesick boy. If you have someone who appeals a lot to you, there's one thing you might as well know. You gotta know how to love them. You gotta know what to do. You gotta know how to gaze in their eyes. Sigh, little sighs, tell the little white lies. You gotta know what to tell them. When there's a beautiful, beautiful moon above, they're about to fall and all they need is a shove. You gotta know how to love. Nobody's hard to get, who can't be gotten yet, so just listen, you lovesick bones. If you have someone who appeals a lot to you, well, just here's one thing you should know. You gotta know how to love them. You gotta know what to do. You gotta know when they want to be kissed, how to insist when they resist. You gotta know what to buy them. All the pretty little things that a baby's been thinking of. They're bound to fall and all they need is a shove. You gotta know how to love. You've gotta know how to love them. You've gotta know what to do. You gotta know how to gaze in their eyes. Sigh, little sighs, tell them the little white lies. You gotta know what to tell them. Whenever there's a beautiful moon above, they're bound to fall and all they need is a shove. You gotta know how to It's called You've Gotta Know How to Love.
Stolen kisses are the sweetest.
Stolen kisses are the sweetest. Eh. Thanks, Bunny. Hi, Bunny.
Oh, hi, Bunny.
Mm. I was gonna play Nobody's Baby. I picked some songs to play on the auto harp.
Oh.
Should I go try? Should I try? I don't know. I'm terrible at
Meredith
the
just
auto
got
harp.
back from the California Auto Harp Gathering. where she returned from, which she returned from with auto harps.
Alright, I'm gonna mostly let you accompany this.
What are you
okay?
gonna play?
Nobody's baby. I don't know.
Oh.
Does it go this way?
You're supposed to know that. You're the
Nobody's baby. See, I'm missing everything I need. This says, okay. I wonder each night and I need an A7.
That's not an ace.
It's not gonna do it. Sorry.
Here, you want me to play the auto harp and you play guitar?
Yeah.
Alright. That way I can like spend time staring at the names of the notes. I can't play the auto harp, but I can. Alright. Here. Alright.
Great.
What key are you in?
C.
Oh. Easy.
I used to be my mother's baby. Yeah, Craig, you sound great. When I was near, my dad went wild. Whenever we had company, they'd bounce me on their knee. The neighbors thought I was the cutest child.
This isn't right.
I know, they're mislabeled. So I should have warned you.
That's a disadvantage. It
You just, it incentivizes you.
Alright, fine, keep going.
It incentivizes you to memorize
Go ahead.
to memorize the buttons.
Boy, that
You
doesn't
play
sound
by
too good.
you play by it, like, just let your intuition be your guide and
Oh, I
don't even look
found
at the
It was labeled a different chord.
Is there an A7?
It's labeled D minor, but yes. Alright.
I used to be my mother's baby. When I was near, my dad went wild. Whenever we had company, they'd bounce me on their knee. The neighbors thought I was the cutest child. Once I was everybody's baby, but for now I'm lonesome as can be. You see, I'm nobody's baby. I wonder why on night and day I pray to the Lord up above. Please send me down somebody to love, but nobody wants me to somehow. Won't please take a chance with me, because I'm nobody's baby now. I used to be my mother's baby. When I was near, my dad went wild. Whenever we had company, they'd bounce me on their knee. The neighbors thought I was the cutest child. Once I was everybody's baby. Now I'm as lonesome as can be. You see, I'm nobody's baby. I wonder why day I pray to the Lord up above. Please send me down some sweet body to love, but nobody wants me. I'm blue somehow. Don't hear my plea. Take a little chance with me, because I'm nobody's baby now.
I don't know. I can't. This is a weird instrument to try to get a sound out of.
This is an auto harp from the 1930s that Susie gave me. And I love it.
Here, keep,
We just it's you're
you-
not supposed
you
to
play
look
the
at you're not
auto
supposed to look at what chord it is.
That's how you tell an amateur is if they're staring at the names of the
You're not
notes.
supposed to look at that. That's why they're all mislabeled. It's like to weed out the it's so the amateurs can't play it.
Mr. William Brown, who lived way uptown, he loved a pretty gal named Sadie. She was a pretty maid of a pretty shade, who used to work for an actor lady. Every day at 2, when her work was through, she received a railroad porter. But one day Bill Brown, he came around, and he slipped up the back stairs and caught her. Mr. Brown couldn't understand why this fellow held her hand, until Sadie smiled at him and said, blushing serene and grand, that's the Dr. Bill, that's the Dr. Bill, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. There ain't no need to poutin' or a gettin' sore when you know he's been a-treatin' me a month or more. He's so very nice, he gives me good advice and prescriptions he must fill. You should meet him, yes you should, 'cause he'll do you lots of good. That's the doctor, or concoctor, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. Mr. Brown went home, but his thoughts would roam to the gal he left behind him. So the next day he took a train at 3, and at 5 at our house you find him. But to his surprise, right before his eyes, Sadie held hands with another. And he said he, I guess you're gonna tell me that this is your long lost brother. Sadie blushed and to Bill said this, there was some treatment that I missed, so I let the other doctor go. This one is a specialist. That's the Dr. Bill, that's the Dr. Bill, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. Now there ain't no need to mussin' or a gettin' sore when you know he's been a-treatin' me a month or more. He's so very nice, he gives me good advice and prescriptions he must fill. You should meet him, yes you should, 'cause he'll do you lots of good. That's the Dr. or concoctor, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. Mr. Brown, of course, took a night school course and in 6 months was a doctor. Then a call he made and he showed to Sade his diploma as herb concoctor. And he said, from now, if you feel somehow that your medicines won't do you, if you should have chills and you need some pills, I'm the guy to hand them to you. Let them fellows stay away if they call around someday and they wanna know just who I am. Well, you can tell the truth and say, hi, that's the Dr. Bill, that's the Dr. Bill, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. There ain't no use to fussin' or a gettin' sore when you know he's been a-treatin' me a month or more. He's so very nice, gives me good advice and prescriptions he must fill. You must meet him, yes you should, 'cause he'll do you lots of good. That's the Dr. or concoctor, honest, that's the Dr. Bill. That's the Dr. Bill. One of your favorite old songs. We can play that. We'll end with that.
What?
Rose Room.
Oh yeah, I saw that request. I forgot.
Or maybe,
about
you
it.
know what, we'll play that tomorrow. We're almost out of time, but we will play Rose Room soon. That's a good idea.
Tears Came Rolling Down or How I Love You. Or
You
My
pick.
Sweet Egyptian Maid. I don't know. I can never pick.
Well, I don't know. You guys pick.
My Sweet Egyptian Maid.
Okay.
Unless you guys had one. All right. In the land of Egypt far away, where the oriental moonbeams play, once a lover sang a serenade to a beautiful Egyptian maid. She came along, her hand eschewing his faith he swore by stars above, in pleading tone, with ardent wooing, he sang to her this tender song of love. The moon is shining bright upon the Nile. Sweetheart, won't you linger for a while? I will be true, dear. I love but you, dear. Show me but one sweet smile, fair one. Listen to my tender serenade. Be my loving sunshine orangeade. Queen of the starlight, queen of the sunlight, my sweet Egyptian maid. Now the maiden's heart was beating fast, but she doubted if his love would last. So she told him if he'd wait a year, she'd be his if he still held her dear. The year had gone, fond memories thronging down by the Nile. She stood alone, her heart forlorn grew filled with longing, till suddenly she heard in loving tone, the moon is shining bright upon the Nile. Sweetheart, won't you linger for a while? Of the starlight, I will be true, dear. Give me but one sweet smile, fair one. Listen to my tender serenade, my loving sunshine orangeade. Queen of the starlight, queen of the sunlight, my sweet Egyptian maid. Moon is shining bright upon the Nile. Will you linger for a while? I love but you, dear. Give me but one sweet smile, fair one. Listen to my tender serenade. Be my loving sunshine orangeade. Queen of the starlight, queen of the moonlight, my sweet Egyptian maid. That's my sweet Egyptian maid. I still have laryngitis. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can feel it. What does it say? Somebody said something. I'm new to the party. In the future, how about would you like to take a walk?
You got it. We'll do it soon. We'll play that tomorrow, and we'll also play Rose Room tomorrow.
Welcome to the party, Beal, on YouTube.
Here's something to finish with that was requested a while ago. I keep forgetting to play it again. This is Hiawatha.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, you guys. We love you lots. Thanks so much, Bill and Anna, for coming and listening in our kitchen. And we'll be back tomorrow with more stuff. Thank you for the requests also. If you enjoyed the music and you're in the future or the past and feel like tipping the band, well, probably not much we can do about that, but go ahead and try anyway. And if you're in the present, great. We have PayPal information, and we certainly appreciate your donation.
Hey, thank you so much for your tips and your support. It means so much to us that we can do this. And if you tip us on PayPal, don't enable purchase protection because there ain't no purchase to protect. But thank you so much for your tips. We'll see you tomorrow. What's that called? Judy will want to know what that
Shy
is.
and Sly.
What?
Yeah.
I totally didn't
Oh,
recognize
yeah,
that.
the Boy, you know, I haven't played that in a while. I should get
Well, I
back.
thought of it because you play it. I don't really